Deion Sanders disrespecting him all week long, talking smack, leading up to the game, how he played and coached in the game. He didn't come to him and give a traditional handshake at the beginning of the game. They usually meet at the 50-yard line to talk about things, hey, how you doing type of stuff. And that didn't happen. The coach said Deion walked around all that and went around the field and just did some things that were, not appropriate according to him. And that, at the end of the game, they were up. And there's things that go on that we all know. We as all sports people know about football. If you're up and the other team has no timeouts and you clearly beat them, there's just certain things you're supposed to go by. Like, don't run up the score, right? If you got it down, just take a knee, that type of thing. Well, that didn't happen. Now, this is Eddie Robinson's point of view. I'm going to give you Deion's in a minute. This is what he was saying at the press conference. He said, he totally disrespected me at the beginning. Why am I going to shake his hand at the beginning and then try to give me the little brotherly thing at the end? I didn't think that was right. He disrespected me, my program, my university, the code of conduct. Then he started saying, well, he's not swag. He's not swag. I'm swag. He don't know nothing about being swag. Now, swag is the name of the conference, the Southwest Athletic Conference. That's what Jackson State and Alabama State, they play in with the Florida A&Ms, the Bethune-Cookmans, the big program, the Alabama A&Ms, the big black school HBCUs. So now he gets done with his press conference going off, and I hope next year that, I hope they schedule us for their homecoming so we can go play them, and I'm going to show you how it's done, blah, 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 blah. Oh, he gave credit to Deion's son, who's a starting quarterback. He gave credit. Oh, he played good. He did this. He did that. He's a superstar. Nothing against him or anything. It's just his dad treated me like this, and I didn't appreciate it. So, this is after a loss. So we got to understand, after a loss, sometimes people are upset. They're embarrassed. They're supposed to win a homecoming game. Whatever the pressure was on, it was just out of whack and unprofessional. Now, I'm going to flip it and then say, okay, now Deion Sanders comes in and does his presser, right? It's his turn to give his point of view. So they ask him, hey, what did you think about Coach Robinson's, response to what he was asked in his press conference? And Deion, being Deion, said, you know what? He didn't press me anything. He's a big professional guy. He's big time. But he just laid the law. He said, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't appreciate the things he was doing. Okay, first of all, I came in late in the game. I couldn't shake his hand at the beginning of the game because we were running through our drills that we normally do on the field before the game starts. Now listen, that's the routine, right? So he's telling you straight up, I couldn't have made it the trip up there and do it. No big deal. Now the game gets going, and they just happen to win. But he's saying, oh, well, I'm running up the score. I put in my backup quarterback and backup running back, and we drove the field. And, we weren't passing the ball. Now, a lot of people don't know. You start passing. That's kind of throwing a wrench in somebody's face, saying you're throwing it up and you're drilling it to them, and we can't stop you. Let's just end this game. And the traditional thing is just to run the ball. Well, he started running the ball, right? To run the timeout so the game can end. Hey, you guys won, you take care. But that didn't happen. Now, according to Deion, he said Eddie Robinson, the coach of Alabama State, start blitzing, put 9 men in the box. That means, hey, I'm coming after you, but you telling me that I'm trying to run up the score, but you putting me in this position where I have to run up the score because look at you trying to attack my players and injure my players or whatever he was doing by blitzing. Now, in defense, if you're losing and you want the score of the game to end, you don't blitz. That's the other side of it. So that's unsportsmanlike conduct on that end, if that was the case, right? This is all legend. This is what the coaches are saying. So I don't know if you can say alleged because we saw the actual video of both of them. So they both expressed these points that I'm making. So the bottom line is Deion said, well, you don't want to, hurry up and lose, but you blitzing me. So I had to do something. So anyway, all that led to that. Then he said, well, what do you think about the coach saying you're not swag? You're not swag, man. You're not swag. And I'm like, he's like, what you mean I'm not swag? First of all, I'm swag. I'm Southwest Athletic Conference. I've been the coach here for a few years now. Okay, how dare you talking about I ain't this, I ain't that? Jackson State is a prominent school. It's been swag. And Jackson State got a proud football program. We all know Walter Payton and others went there. Let's be real. So he was offended by somebody telling him he ain't swag. So then Deion went ahead and said, well, you know what? going back to your being offended by your fans and your university, well, let's be real. I was talking that stuff, hyping up the game because you had a sellout, right? You scheduled Jackson State for your homecoming so you can have a sellout. I did my job. I promoted the game. I did this and that, and you had your sellout. Now, you haven't had a sellout without Jackson State even being there. But you're going to run your mouth talking about I was talking junk before the game started? That's not how you do it, folks. That's just not. But that was the back and forth that went on. And it's a shame because, generally we're trying. HBCUs are being promoted on a higher level now, which they should have always been done. They've always had quality football. We know they've had pro football Hall of Famers in these schools. You're getting great education. HBCUs everywhere are just the stuff, right? And to have this kind of conflict didn't set well, but it happens, and because it's sport, it's competition. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Was it bad on Deion's part to do what he did? Was it Eddie Robinson Jr.'s problem at Alabama State? I mean, who was at fault? And if nobody's really at fault, that's fine. Call it the heat of the battle. But I want your comments, right? I want to see what you think about this. Hit my like button, and please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do a broad things of sports and all kind of things, politics, you name it, entertainment. We're going to talk about everything and anything. But if you can do that, put the comment down there, I would appreciate it. You have a good day.